Hey everybody, and welcome to another episode here at Tribal Trades, the Altcoin Show, coming at you daily, 6 days a week. And I want to welcome you to the channel wherever you are tuning in from around the world. Thanks for watching. We're going to talk today about when is altcoin season and how you can be ready to take advantage of the most parabolic part of this bull cycle. But before we do that, of course, if you're a regular watcher, you know what I'm going to say. Smash that like button. That's going to help this content get out to more people and does help support the channel. I do really appreciate that. Of course, all the wonderful, kind words that people leave in the comments, I do want to thank you for that. And I do read those and respond to those. And I do get back to all the questions as soon as I am able to as well. And for those of you who are new, the cheat sheet I have, my crypto roadmap to success, is the top link in the description there, and it's got free resources, education, and of course entries on some coins, some take profits, and a bunch of other stuff, including the Stocks with Josh Discord, which I am involved in every day, interacting with the most amazing community. And if you'd like to join us in there, there's links below in the description and in the cheat sheet on how you can get signed up for that. All right, well, first of all, a lot of people look at this altcoin season indicator here, this metric, and I do like it. However, most people think, oh, it's altcoin season, this is where I buy the altcoins. Well, the problem with that is that is already when altcoins have already been outperforming Bitcoin. As you can see here, it will tell you if 75% of the top 50 coins perform better than Bitcoin over the last 90 days, it is altcoin season. And so it's already too late. It's already too late. They've already outperformed Bitcoin. The time to get the altcoins is here in the reaccumulation period that we have here. And there are some coins that have left my buy zones and some coins on the cheat sheet that are still in the buy zone. So check those coins out. But certainly this is the time that I accumulate during the reaccumulation area. And this is where a lot of people will foam in it. And this should be our exit liquidity. This is when we're selling, because we don't spend a super long period of time up here. And so that is the place where we take profits, where people come late into the party, they FOMO and they buy the big green candles. And of course, we don't do that here at Tribal Trades. We sell the big green candles and we buy the big red candles there. So certainly this can be helpful. And these resources are in the cheat sheet. If you go to the resources section down here, you've got a lot of links down the bottom: free education, exchanges, exits, resources, others. All the hodl bags are down there. You can see, I'll just move myself out of the way there. Tons of stocks, swing tradings, hodl, free airdrops. And here you can get the Stocks with Josh Discord signups there, but then also these amazing resources, and I add to them periodically here: the liquidation heat maps, the fear and greed index. There's the altcoin season indicator, so you can keep track of that on your own. But certainly as we jump into the news articles for today, Bitcoin's ready for new highs, but altcoins are lagging, says Virtual Bacon. Don't give me virtual bacon. Give me real bacon, authentic bacon, healthy bacon, by the way. And there is a difference. And so when Bitcoin approaching all-time highs, the big question is, when will altcoins catch up? I've uncovered a signal that predicted the last 3 altcoin cycles. Oh my gosh, this is going to be amazing. Let's read it. And actually, I over-dramatize for effect, but Virtual Bacon has actually stumbled upon something, and that is that it's when the Fed basically, if you come down here, there's a lot of reading here, and you can read through it here. And so when liquidity contracts, Bitcoin dominance rises, but when liquidity increases, and then that's when the altcoins will rally. And so you can keep reading down through here. And so it's when the Fed is reducing their balance sheet, they're selling, that's not good. But if they're buying and they're increasing their balance sheet, so when there's quantitative tightening, basically it's better to be in Bitcoin. And when there's quantitative easing, that's when you see altcoins begin to run. And so I think this is a pretty well put together article here. And it goes on to say the latest signal came early 2022, goes on to say this year the Fed has signaled a potential shift in May. They announced plans to reduce Treasury sales from 60 to 25 billion, and has been a prelude to market rallies. And usually the Fed policy shifts take around 4 to 8 months to fully materialize. And so since the first signal came in May, a full pivot by November or December aligns with previous patterns. Keep an eye on the Fed's next move to anticipate the start of a new alt season here, and watch for changes in the language during FOMC meetings, particularly in the upcoming sessions of November 6th and December 17th. If they announce concluding reductions or halting sales, that is a clear indicator of a pivot there and the likely onset of altcoin season there. And so you can go on and read that full article there. And certainly I do think that it has some great valid points there. And so if it lines up with previous seasons, and there's that 4 to 8 month, and that brings us into November, December, and that lines perfectly with the takeoff into altcoin season. So based off this article, altcoin season could start as early as November, December timeframe here. And so be ready and have your bags packed and ready to go for that potential shift into liquidity into altcoins. And certainly here, as I've shown you, this altcoin season indicator here, according to the altcoin season index, which I just showed you, altcoins have reached a zone that have always been the best buy zone versus Bitcoin, which is down here. Down here. And in recent years, once Bitcoin breaks its all-time high with momentum, altcoins will take over. So crazy, in my opinion. And that is pretty close. If we see Bitcoin break its previous all-time high that it set earlier this year, and it breaks it with momentum, altcoins can take over. Again, we're looking at this November, December timeframe for altcoin season. So that's something to be ready for there. And like Nick Crypto, as we approach altcoin season, it's important to take a cold, hard look at your portfolio. Not all altcoins will perform, and some will never reach all-time highs again. Dump the dead bags and rotate into exciting new narratives and ecosystems. I wish there was a place where you could discover the best projects to be in. Oh, wait, there is. It's the Tribal Trades cheat sheet. And certainly we've seen some great gains from here. And I'm not going to go into detail here, but you can check that out yourself there. Thanks, Nick Crypto. I do agree with that there. Now, certainly before we jump into the altcoins, it's important to us to look at some of the charts here. See here on total 2 is everything excluding Bitcoin. We've broken above the 200 EMA on the daily. We've broken above the 50-day moving average. Very bullish. We're only being held right now back by the 200 simple moving average. Break above that, retest, off to the races there. And there is a golden cross coming for the overall altcoin market. There's all altcoins excluding. We look at excluding Bitcoin. If we look at total 3, this excludes Ethereum and Bitcoin. Even more bullish. The golden cross is about to happen there. The 200 EMA on the daily has been crossed. The 50-day moving has been crossed, and the 200 moving average has been crossed. And certainly there, now we are about to have a golden cross with the 50-day moving average crossing over the 200 moving average. That just happened with Bitcoin just the other day. I've been warning about that a few weeks ago to be ready for that and ready for a Bitcoin price rise. Who could have predicted that? Here on the Tribal Trades channel, we predicted that. This is going to happen again, and this is going to lead into our timeline for November, December for altcoins to begin to nuke to the upside. If we look at the others, what is the others? The others is excluding the top 10. So take out the top 10 and you have the others here. And the others is broken above the 50-day, just breaking above the 200 EMA on the daily. And again, it has the 200 simple moving average to get above their resistance at the moment, about 231 billion. However, we do have the golden cross also coming there. And so we do see some bullish momentum to the upside. So let's look at some of the altcoins as we jump through here. And I have made, look, make trading simple again. Tribal Trades, we're making trading simple again. Draw these simple lines, the Fibonacci's, the Tribal Trades trends lines. Look at this. Here's the entry. Gave you the entry. Actually, I gave all these entries all the way back here for down at $33. Gave more entries here at around $40. I gave another entry. I even did a video. Is this your last chance to buy this altcoin at $46? And then, of course, gave the most recent entry at $51. And then I drew all these beautiful lines to help you take profits and get entries. And so you could ride this all the way up the top there, the $68 level, come back and get back in at the 618, which is also the zero at 54. Could have collected more at 51, and then we shot back up, and look at the tribal trades trend line. It just hammered into that, couldn't get past it. It did pop up to the next one and said, "Good day, mate," and got up to that next one, came back down again, and now we could get another entry here at 54, and I've got buy levels at 54 and 51 ready to ride this back up to the top of this trend line here for Banana Gun. Blub here, again, the tribal trades trend line strikes again. We've traded the top of this range. I gave you the bottom of the range, take profit at the top, get back in at the bottom, and you don't have to be a greedy, you don't have to wait till the very top. You can manually just trigger and say, look, 16.6, it didn't quite get to 17, 16.6 is okay. Take the profit off the table, okay? And I did that. And so you could have got back in, got back up, take profit off the table, got back in, get stopped out, and I showed you on previous videos how to identify how to get out of that trade, and then you got back in again. While other people were panicking, oh, what's going on with Blub? What's happening? Oh, Blub went up 1,000% since I gave the trade on the Discord and on the YouTube. What do you think? There's going to be normal pullbacks to allow other people to get in, and this enabled more people to jump in the trades, got rid of the weak hands, and we're back in the trade. And again, we got in the trade here. Now you can take profit at the mid-range here, take some profits off the table at 8. That's with 7 zeros. Certainly you could wait to the middle of the range with 6 zeros and a 1. Or we could wait till we get all the way back up. There's another mid-range there at 6 zeros and a 1, 3, 1, 4, and then all the way back up to 6 zeros, 1, 6, 1, 7. And so I'm just giving you ranges to trade. And look, you could just trade this little swing here. Jump in here at 7 zeros and a 6 and jump out at 7 zeros and an 8. Jump back in at 7 zeros and a 6. Jump out again here. I mean, you can just trade all of these levels as what fits your trading style and the time you have available. Here we are making trading fun again. We're making trading easy again. You should not be in loss. You should be in profits. You can trade all of these great levels that I give you. Bonk is another great one here. Gave the trade here. We got in it again at 4 zeros and 209. And therefore, again, I told you resistance there. It's just easy. There's the 200 simple moving average. Making trading simple again. You take profit at 23. You don't have to completely close out of the trade. You can take profit there and then have a stop loss. So if it comes down, you stop out of the trade, you get back in again. Or if it continues up from 23 up to 25, that's with 4 zeros still, you're still in the trade and you haven't completely gotten out of the trade. You can trade it any way you like it. You can get out of the trade, get back in. You can take profit here, stop out and get back in. You can take profit here and then keep riding it up and keep taking profits as you go up. I'm more inclined to try and stay in trades because we are starting to be more of a trending market. We're moving, and of course you'll trend and range and then trend and range, but we've been ranging without trending very much for about 6 months. So I'm more inclined to stay in trades, take profit off the table, or of course you can just move your stop loss up. So if it drops down, you get taken out in profit to protect that. Dogecoin has had an absolute cracker, and I did talk to people about taking profits up here around the 16 to 17 cent zone. I gave the trade at 10.4. If 10.4 to 16, I don't know what else to say. That's a decent rise to the upside. Okay, that's a good percentage. Where if you're looking to get back in the Doge trade, there's a bit of a tribal trades trend line here at about 14.7 cents, 14.8 cents. This could be an area to get back in, and the EMA ribbon bands may have moved up to there as well. Certainly lower down, we do have a cluster of EMAs, the 50-day moving average, the 200 EMA on the daily, and the 200 simple moving average is all around that 12-cent region. So that would be, you could put buy orders there. And listen, don't be like, oh no, I didn't get there because I was out somewhere. I always plan my buy orders in advance and put them in. I know this is the buy right here. This could be a buy right here. Have them in, ready to go. Whatever you're doing, the buy orders can hit, and you don't have to be present or so forth. And do the same with sell orders is what I do as well. Of course, this is not financial advice because I'm not a financial advisor. This is for education and entertainment purposes only. Are you not entertained? How could you not be entertained with that? Also, GOAT, we have an entry right now on GOAT. And the GOAT entry here is, let's have a quick look. The GOAT entry here is right on the button, right where we are now at that 60-cent region. And then we'd be looking to take profit up around that 70 to 73 cent region there for GOAT. Up in this region here, we'd look at take profits, but we've got the entry right here. So we can trade this range from 60 up to 70. And then, of course, the top of the range is up more around that 80-cent region there. And I will draw in some tribal trades, trend lines, and some levels there for GOAT. HND, we just didn't quite get the break above the 50-day moving average there. So we're just waiting there. Otherwise, we'll come back and grab this trade at about $6.05 at the 200 EMA on the daily. Certainly the 50-day moving average sitting at about $7.05 is one we want to see a break and a retest above. We look at the 4-hour time frame. Certainly, there is a trade there. Possibly you could front run this trade if we come down to the $6.85 region. The four-hour 200 EMA is there, and that could be a possible entry if we hold there. And that has been a line that we've held. We dipped below it, came back up, held the support, and that could be a possible entry there also. Now, say we gave this trade yesterday, and now we're in the trade. You see a break, we see a successful retest. However, we do just need to break above the tribal trades trend line here. You can see clearly has acted as support and has also been resistance here. Couldn't break through. Now we've broken through, and so we can still get in this trade. We want to change to the 15-minute time frame for this one, and all you're looking for here is a break on the 15-minute and a successful retest of this line. You can trade it on the break and jump in. There, just make sure you have some stop loss set at a suitable level there below the moving average that it just broke above. And then obviously you can trade the break of that. You can trade the break and the retest. You could have front run this yesterday as well, also there, but certainly you can come back here, and certainly stop loss would be below the 200 EMA here, 40 cents here for say. And then we're going to jump into just a couple more before we wrap this up. Solana trade. Hopefully you took profits at the levels there that I gave. It looks to be pulling back a little bit. Sui, I gave that banger trade the other day. I believe that was on Monday at $1.61. I got in the trade there. Absolutely fantastic. Profit, you could have taken profit here or just moved the stop loss underneath. Now we're breaking, successful retest. The next level there is around 218 to 220 and then 235 to take profit at the top of the range there for Sui. Getting back, if you wanted to try and swing trade this one, if we held this $2 line as support there, so we come back and we retest successfully support, you could get in that trade there with a stop loss underneath that, and you could ride that all the way up to $2.36 there. And then finishing off with Tau, because I do think we have a bit of a Tau trade here. Looking at hitting the 50-day moving average on the button, so there is an entry there for Tau at about $5.10. I have entered a trade there for Tau. Look to ride this up to around this $5.75 level there, and even up to that $600 level there, the middle of the range, and then obviously the top of the range there at $680. Certainly, if we do come down to this bottom part of the range, I have got some more bids in there as I build this position in anticipation that this level here at $475, if we're lucky to get down to that low again, would hold, and then we can ride this back up to the middle and to the top of the range there. All right, that's all for today. I hope you enjoyed the show. Catch me in the Discord for more trades. And until the next episode, happy trading.